We were talking about 70 years ago today and the Blitz, and Helena's on the phone. Hello.
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 Hi, how are you?
Not too bad. You've actually spoken to the victims, and you're putting on a play?
Yes, over the last few months, we've been talking to various people who actually lived through the Blitz, and they shared with us their various memories of that night, of what life was growing up in Exeter. And we've created a play with those memories.
This must have been at times quite harrowing for you to listen to some of these. This was a...
It was at times, but what also came through was the people we were talking to. A lot of them were children during the war, so we've gotten the kind of a viewpoint of children in war and what that's like, because the people we spoke to ranged from the age of 6 to 25 in 1942 during the Blitz. So we've tried to represent that age range in the play and keep, you were talking a while ago about keeping memories alive.
Yeah.
And the play is very much about that. It's kind of storytelling. So it's 16 stories from that kind of era and from that night of the Blitz.
Fantastic. Now, in what state is the play?
It opened on Tuesday night, and we have a gala night tomorrow night where we're having actually the people who we interviewed are coming in to see it. So that will be quite interesting. And then it runs until Saturday the 19th of May.
Right.
And that's at the Bike Shed Theatre. The
Bike Shed. Actually, I know. I've got an email somewhere on that one. The Bike Shed. Lovely. I really appreciate that. Again, it is still, keeping the memory alive and recording it.
Yeah.
And
that's the whole point of it has been to preserve the way people tell stories as well about that era, and about that time, and that's really coming through in the piece. We've tried to kind of capture that storytelling.
Quite remarkable. And your own background, I mean, is this your first project?
No, I've created about 4 testimony projects. I did a play a couple of years ago on testimony, which toured to secondary schools, which was about road safety in association with Devon County Council. And I've done another project which captured testimonies of people who had domestic violence, who had been victims of domestic violence, and that toured Ireland about 2 years ago. Yeah. I'm Irish, as you can tell.
I'd never have guessed.
Yeah, I'd never have guessed. I've been studying at the University of Exeter for the last 5 years. I've been doing a PhD there on this type of theatre, using people's actual stories. And my colleague, Jessica Beck, she directed one of my plays, and we just started a company called Viva Voce, which is based on creating theatrical experiences through people's stories and keeping people's stories and storytelling alive.
Brilliant. Actually, it's a very Irish term to actually, the travelling storyteller, and actually to capture things in movement and in drama. Yeah,
exactly, yeah. So, it's been a fantastic project to work on and get to know Exeter in such an intimate way through these people, and we're very grateful that they share their memories with us. And so we hope, the people of Exeter come out and support it, because there's a lot of local references in it. People who've come over the last 2 nights have been kind of amazed by that, and they've been like, I walk past that building now, and I think, I don't remember, I didn't think about the history of it. So.
Well, people don't. Quick, give yourself a plug. Bike Shed Theatre, where and when, how much? Hello? Helena? She's gone. It's dropped off. Do you know, we've been having a few problems with our phones today, but listen, we'll try and get her back for those details, because we do actually need to... she will be on with John, and indeed we'll be reviewing that a little bit later on. John Govia this Saturday will be taking a look at that production.